Good afternoon, everyone. This is Professor Dean or Teacher Dean, and today we're going to go over note-taking and Cornell notes. So again, note-taking and Cornell notes. Students, you can use this outline in all of your classes. Again, you can use this outline in all of your classes to take notes. One of the first things that I want to go over is topic. Topics are important. And why do we say topics are important? So today we're note-taking. Our topic should be written in the very first section right there. Now, for many people, sometimes it's easier to fill in using an abbreviation. Use an abbreviation for your topic. So if it's note-taking, you can use N. Another professor at LBCC University taught us that if we use, let's say we're doing reconstruction, we use R equal reconstruction. So we try our best to make the note-taking as simple as possible, and we use abbreviation. Make sure you fill in your class that you're doing this note-taking from, and you put your name and your date. This is specifically for an online class. Also, save your files with a topic. For example, if your name is John Brown, now note-taking. Why? Because you want to be able to identify what you saved your file as. So let's look at the next section, which talks about what are we going to put in the body of the note-taking. Again, what are we putting here in the body? Here, you can put your questions, your main ideas, or your vocabulary words. And this header you will have right here. And over here, you can write your formula, you can write your definitions. You can write important information, examples, you can write sentences there. And someone may be asking at this time, well, how do I get this? All you have to do in Word, in Microsoft Word, is to insert a table. And when you insert a table, then you make sure it's two columns. Make sure it's two columns. And then instead of having an equal table that looks just like this, you move the bar over to make it spaced, to give it the space you need. So if you want to create one, that's what you do. Look up how to insert a table in Microsoft Word. You can look at a YouTube, and you move the line, the center line over. Now, let's move on to what is important. If you're in your classes and you're looking at formulas, formulas are important. If you're doing a math class, an accounting class, sometimes a chemistry class, right? Sometimes even in some of your SLS textbooks, they may say effort plus something else equals success. That's the formula. So you may need to write the formula that they give you in the textbook right here. And what do we do with formulas? We practice our formulas so we can get to the correct answers. Now, the next thing that is important are dates. Why are dates important? For example, in history classes, they may ask you about the 1939 Act. What happened in the 1939 Act? What did it do? So dates are important. Another thing that is important when you're writing your notes is names. Important people, important events. Names are important. If I write about Rosa Parks on this side, then I'd write here the lady who refused to give up her seat. If I write about someone else, then I also write in this section what it means. I hope you understand that so far. Now, another thing that you can write in your notes are questions. For example, your professor or your teacher says something new. What is? And you write the word, then you also write the answer. Everybody got that? So this is one of the first pages that we have in the Cornell note-taking system. So what I have done, I have compiled or combined Cornell note-taking system with some information that I would write when I'm taking notes. So again, questions, answers. Question and answers are important. And why do we need question and answers? Because if you're not able to formulate a question after you finish writing your notes, then you didn't understand what you write. Everybody got that? Make sure whatever you're writing, you understand. So, what do we do with vocabulary? If your vocabulary is unfamiliar, you need to write the definition, write the word, use it in a sentence. Make sure you understand vocabulary words. Use it back into what you're studying. That is what I would do with new vocabulary. So if I'm learning something for the first time, whether it's from my biblical course, whether it's from my psychology course, whether it's from my online course, I need to write down new vocabulary. When you're doing your notes, you need to be able to assess yourself. If someone says, how do I assess myself? One, you could write what you learned about note-taking in your textbook from the lecture. You can do what they call a assessment. Everybody got that? Now, some people also teach that you do the exercises or the problems that you have in your classes at the end of your note-taking page. Now, when you're reading, as you read, you may want to put other important information, things that the professors emphasize. So this is my few pointers on note-taking. So what are important? Formulas are important for math, accounting, chemistry, because that's what they're trying to teach you. The formula, how to solve it. They give you a whole bunch or a lot of practice exercises for you to go home and practice. Dates are important. Why are dates important? Because it tells when events happen. And that's why dates are important. Names are important. It tells you about what happens in history. It tells you about what they're trying to teach you. It tells you about the concept that you're trying to learn. Everybody got that? So names are important. While you're taking your notes, listen for important ideas. Listen for what they're trying to teach you. What are the questions you can write? What are the answers you can write? Because all of these are testing items. If someone would say, why am I doing all of this? Because you want to pass your classes. You want to get good grades. And many of what I'm talking about today, I didn't write them. I didn't make them up. However, individuals that are good at test taking, individuals that are great at taking notes, suggest these as a way for us to do it. So for the class, what do I need you to do? I need you to download this exact page, and you're going to use this for each class that we have. And at the end of the day, by midnight, I want you to submit these notes into the class. So whether it's by Canvas, Blackboard, whatever format we're using in that class, I would like for you to submit your notes for each class. Why? So you get in the habit of doing what? Reviewing your notes, being familiar with your notes. One person that I learned this from said, what do we need to do with our notes? We need to integrate. We need to be able to be involved, right, with our notes. So we need to be able to record it. We need to be able to review it. We need to be able to recap it. We need to be able to reflect again. So those are some of the things that I have gathered with note-taking, and I'm sharing this with you so you can take effective notes and be successful in your classes. Again, this is Teacher Dean, and thank you for watching.